Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samastajana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Sri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. Harihi Om. The 10 factors which influence our life are enumerated as Agamova Praja Deshaha Kala Karmacha Janmacha. So, we have seen these 7 of them. Now, next is Dhyanam Mantro Atha Samskara. Now, the word Dhyanam is very popular, well known, called meditation. The meditation is also of various natures. We will see, as first what is it traditionally we understand in meditation. Meditation is a one single pointed flow of thought towards your object of contemplation. Now, those who are very advanced seekers and those who have understood what is the nature of the self and they meditate on the self, Chaitanya Ananda Atma is their own self. That is the highest form of meditation. Others called as Saguna Dhyana, that truth which appears in different forms like Vishnu Bhagavan, Shiva Bhagavan, Rama, Krishna. So, they do this dhyana of that. And this dhyana of Vishnu, Shiva, Rama, Krishna, Ganesha, they are called Sattvic. But remember, one is what is the altar of your meditation, object of meditation, and what is the purpose for which you are also meditating on that. So, when we meditate on this Saguna Rupa and for our own purity, for developing more devotion, then it becomes Sattvic Dhyana. Now, in rituals and all that we find, then many people perform rituals and they invoke the grace blessings of the deities, what you call the Indra, Varuna, Agni, Vayu, Ityadi. They, of course, will lot of power, but when it comes to bhakti, mukti, they are not capable of doing that. Bhukti, yes, you want pleasure, you want power, you want all that can be given. But you ask Indra Bhagwan, will you give me your own post? No. But Bhagavan gives his own Swarupa to his devotees. You see? So, they can give you power, position and all that. So, it is Rajasic. Then there are still lower, what you call the spirits are there or deities of the lower powers. Somebody can invoke their blessing also and they can also get, but how much will be there? Sometimes will harmful to themselves and even to others. Then that will be that kind of dhyanam is a tamas dhyanam. Now, keeping this meaning aside, just think in this way. Every person, at least who is a very thinking person and not just living mechanically some life, but has got some goal in life, wants to achieve something, wants to become someone, then that person constantly goes on thinking about that. So, when constantly thoughts are channelized only towards that. That's how meditation. Somebody wants to reach a particular position. Haven't you heard that, whenever the students are studying high school level, then when they come to that college level, and generally they are asked this question, what do you want to become? And some people are very, very sure right from the beginning that they want to become this. And their thoughts are constantly on that. Someone says, I have not given any thought to it. Someone says, I am not sure. Maybe I am this. All meditation power is just like that only. So now here is one thing. What do you want to become? That is one thing. Somebody wants to become a doctor, engineer, lawyer, actor, something, that is one thing. But what is Sattvic Dhyanam? You may become this and that, but what kind of person you want to become? See, vocationally, professionally and all that you will become. But what kind of person you want to become? A person of some values, ideals, or only valuable goods. So now you may be in the pursuit of literature, music, art, dance, or any kind of science, philosophy, any kind of that. But if the aim is only earning money, then it becomes rajasic. Important is what kind of person you want to become. Those who have got some spiritual values, then whether they become doctor or engineer or lawyer or the prime minister or the president of a nation also, their thinking will be very different. I read in Mahatma Gandhi's biography, he very clearly said, my political activities are also for God realization. Now see, the aim is something different. So what kind of person you want to become? Maybe politician or maybe an industrialist. Because this thing doesn't determine whether you are a spiritual person or a materialistic person. Your field can be anything, but what kind of person you want to become? So here Sattvic Dhyana means when the person is inspired by great goal in life, whichever the field of activity is chosen is one thing. We find even there were great saints. From the worldly standpoint, they lived their own life and the profession, vocation, whatever was there. But they were great saints. So then their life was sattvic. That I want to become a spiritual seeker. I want to become devotee of the Lord. Then I want to live a noble life. Then that called as Sattvic Dhyana. Then Rajasic is, only when it is self-centered, motivated by selfish interest only, and only for all the pleasures, etc., then even that person may be working in a temple. But if mind is only the material thing, then what happens? It will become Rajasic only. Because what do you want? Dhyanam is what? So I don't have to dwell upon what is tamasic dhyana. See, the moment you heard word meditation, that word always is something inspiring, because we never think, that it will be something lowering us. But it is possible, because what kind of thoughts are entertained? Single pointed. or of the similar species, the Sajati only thought goes on and on and on and on. Even if somebody has to terrorize, they also got their different plans and all that. What is that kind of dhyanam? And that's why they say it is a premeditated murder. Lot of meditation work. So, what is the dhyanam? See, those who are now religious minded and then we say Bhagavan, Vishnu, Ram, Krishna, that is one thing. But in our life, everybody in one way or the other has got some vision of life, wants to become this. But then what kind of person you want to become? Everybody was choosing different fields of activity, knowledge and all that. But what kind of person you want to become? With that vision you have to work. That is called dhyanam. And that will be sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. This is very important and very interesting also. Now, the next word is called mantra. Now, whenever we hear the word mantra also, immediately some religious kind of thought comes to our mind. And in different religions, they do use some rosaries also, and they chant some mantras, and they have different kinds of traditions, customs are there, different sects are also there, and according to that, they are given some mantra, And those who are the followers of Shiva, they are told, say, Om Namah Shivaya is mantra, or Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, ityadi. So, this is one meaning of that mantra. So, if you are meditating on your Ishta Bhagavan, chosen deity as Rama or Krishna, the mantra also will be of that Rama or Krishna or Shiva. What is the role of this mantra? See, I want to become devotee of the Lord, all right. And all the time I cannot think of the totality of everything. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Dham, ityadi. But if one mantra is there, the moment I chant that, immediately my mind remains focused on this. Because every time you don't have to think of the total vision of life and what I want to become and all that. But one such mantra can keep our mind on that track. That is enough. So, here again, what kind of deity you are worshipping, for what purpose you are just doing, then according to that it will become again sattvic, rajasic, tamasic also. But the mantras are also there. But haven't you heard the moment we use the word mantra, is always something uplifting only that thought comes. The literal meaning also of that mantra is mantaram trayate, the one that protects, the one who chants that mantra, the one who reflects on the meaning of that. So, this is called a mantra. Now, modern technological world, this mantra is called a password. So, every person has got all these different accounts and they have got their own password only. When they do that, it opens up. And if other person knows it, hacking, then that person also can open and see your all accounts. But otherwise you see, when there was a political movement at that time, when India was under foreign rule, so freedom fighters were there, leaders were there. So they had very clear vision that India's freedom to be gained, India's prosperity, our own government should be there. That is a very broad vision. But how to inspire everybody? So one slogan that is called, one slogan is given. In those days it was Vande Mataram, Jai Hind, such kind of, and everybody gets inspired by that. Right? Even now also when their political campaign is there, all the political leader, they have got a long manifesto, all right. But some catchy something has to be given to everybody which they can identify with that. Then they are called mantra. Even now also, present time also, and different countries also the same thing that is followed. Now even you come to this, what you call the industrial, commercial, or even any organization, social, educational, spiritual, whichever organization is there, that organization is formed for achieving certain aims and objectives. That is very elaborately given or not? Yes. But everybody has to give a mantra. It is called mission statement is there, logo is there. They have to give. One symbol also there. Tagline also that is there. They have to be there. And that should be such that it should be able to convey the very purpose and the meaning and all that, you see. One man went to an interview for a company. So they asked him, do you know what is the motto of our company? He said, yeah. What is that? Push. So how did you get that idea, push? He said, when I reached there, on the door it was written, push. Push. And I heard there was one peace movement. And what the slogan they gave? Support peace or else I will kill you. What kind of that is there? Remember, whether it is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, whether it is spiritual, religious, educational, they have to give. So education says, sa vidyaya vimuktaye, amrutam tu vidya. Quote from the Upanishads or Gita or what they have to give. Clear? By the way, some underworld also, organization, they also have got. Oh, and don't ask how do I know. Because for everything you don't have to join those organizations. So it was try again, try again, try a gun. That is whole sentence. Underworld. You try to get, if you can try again, otherwise try again, nahi, try a gun. This is underworld wala. Huh? But what a peculiar thing. These are taglines and logo, slogans, different words are there. As Swami Vivekananda said, no? Arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. Our Param Pujya Gurudev said, we can't, we must. We can do noble things. So every time, do every details you don't have to give. Why you have to say we can, we must? Because we, I don't think we can do anything. And we always say, if I alone I do, what change is going to do to the totality and all that? Huh? Why do you think that it cannot? Because really speaking, they are only individuals who have really brought changes. Those individuals who are so motivated or inspired in any field. How many people study science in schools and colleges and they have got BSc, MSc, PhD degree, but when it comes to give the names of few scientists, how many names are there who really brought some revolutionary change in the whole thinking, or in the field of literature or music, any art? So don't think that individual, the one who is inspired, he is equal to many, many thousands of people. What that one can do. But we can go on thinking, what can I do? You can, you must. So what a simple message that is there, mantra there. So the difference between dhyanam and mantra, dhyanam is the total vision of your whole life. Dhyanam is exactly what is your own ideal and what do you want to become. And mantra is that only one, when I remember, bas, it is enough. That will keep my mind there only. So the mantra helps remembering our own dhyanam or ideal. Then it has nothing to do with any particular deity or religion or anything. Anyway, we are having something. Right? They only have to find is sattvic, rajasic, and what is tamasic, that we have to know properly. Now, a very important question. We find two children, sometimes even twins, born to same parents, same family, of the same religion, everything. So if their astrological chart is made, all the star position, everything is the same. But still their futures are different. How many children are born at the same time? What is that then? The parents are same, place is same, and then constellations are also same, positions and all that. How they are different? We think that children are born with a clean slate, but it is not true. They are born with their own samskars. Only when the physical body becomes capable of expressing, then you will see the difference. So even though same time may be there, same place may be there, same thing there, but what is the difference? It is that is called samskara, atha samskara. With what thoughts, impressions, samskar means impressions, because whatever we see, hear, taste, touch, smell, think, feel, act, read, hear, watch, everything leaves some impression. And then whatever we consider as this is our field, that is what they call as aptitude. And then we find different aptitudes are there. And you will find the same, everything is given same, but how they are totally different. One son is very spiritual minded, one is very worldly minded, one other. So, these sanskars with which the person has come now, which will manifest. So again, I don't have to elaborate tell what is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. So once we understand what is sattva guna, the expression, rajo guna, the expression, tamo guna, the expression, then we understand this. These sanskar, others called as vasanas also. Sometimes the word vasana is, in certain places, the vasana word is understood as something bad only. Kam vasana. So, the lust and passions of this kind of, it is not so. It can be also sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. So, every jiva, particularly the human life has come with this sanskar, which will manifest. But the beauty of the human life is, we can change. Or if whatever the noble that sanskar is there, I can pursue that also. And whatever the powerful sanskars with which a person is born, a jiva is born, he is just helplessly pulled in that direction. And that you can see, little children, somebody in Sahitya, Sangeeta, Vijnana, spiritual, and then what all they display so much of that. How? Bhagavad Gita hai, riyate hi avashopi saha. That child helplessly only pulled in that direction only. So that is one aspect. But present we can change. From good to bad also we can go, from bad to good also we can go. And they say there is nothing ever so bad which cannot get worse. So people can just go down and down and down. And some good can become better. Since we can change, the usefulness of the instruction of the scriptures is there. If you cannot change, then what is the use of saying anything? Like for the animals, there are no instructions. Be vegetarian, be non-vegetarian, there is no such thing. But man can be this also, that also. And we see that people who are born with different kind of, but they change. Therefore, sanskar, with sanskar which we are born with, the family also, the parentage also, the society also, the peers also, and because those things also affect us. But we have to be careful as to which we should follow. So, samskara. So, all the 10 are said here. Agamopa praja desha kala karma cha janma cha dhyanam mantrotha samskaraha dashaite guna hetavaha. Then somebody said, Bhagavan, this is very nice, you have said sattvic, rajasic. But how will I know this is sattvic? How will I know this is rajasic? How this is? The principle of certain. Certain means what? Sa means sattvic, ra means rajasic, tamasic. How will I know for certain what is sattvic, rajasic, tamasic? How will I know? That will be tomorrow. Now we'll chant the mantra, mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 वासुदेवाय वासुदेवाय। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।